investigate, they're going to find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Andrew's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're going to find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's it up from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.
Nudity is the most national
dish.
Well, let's forget it. We gave this podcast a good run. I think that will do. Yep, done. We tried our best. It's clearly not going to work out. Nudity is the most natural aspect of ourselves. We are literally born into it, but then go on a journey of questioning, suppressing, and avoiding it. Many people are only comfortable in their natural form in situations of necessity, the shower or bath. But the fact remains that we are the only species in the history of the planet that has felt the need to cover ourselves. So what does our aversion to our natural form tell us about humanity? Is nudity a freedom that we are being coerced out of? Who decides when the body should be concealed? And why? And is public nudity a form of freedom or objectification? To help me answer some of these questions, I'm joined by Charlie Milner, who has previously told me that he's been caught several times by his housemates lying on the sofa naked. Charlie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Charlie, what does nudity mean to you?
It means different things depending on where I am, I think. So if I'm at home, nudity means safety.
Safety?
I think so, yeah.
You feel safe in the nude at home?
Yeah. But if I'm outside and I'm naked...
Danger.
It means I'm in danger. I shouldn't be out there.
Right.
I shouldn't be out there.
You feel comfortable when you're naked if you're at home?
If I'm at home, I feel comfortable naked.
How often are you naked when you're at home?
I reckon... Including sleep?
No. Well, you sleep naked, right?
I sleep naked.
Yeah.
More or
What a
less.
fucking
Occasionally
surprise.
I'll have pajamas on.
Yeah.
For a treat, I guess. Or as a pious act.
Talk me through the evening where you're like, I need a treat, I'm going to wear pajamas to bed.
If I'm being a bit posh with myself, I'll wear pajamas.
Yeah. Have you got like gym jams?
Yeah.
Are they like nice?
You've seen my nightie.
I have seen your nightie. You don't wear that in your bed though.
Not really.
Yeah.
I wear it to bed.
Because that's a Victorian ghost's nightie. That's not a 29-year-old man's nightie.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as a 29-year-old man's nightie.
But there can be.
It can.
And that's what we're working towards.
And that's what we're doing.
with this podcast is to mean that 29-year-old men can wear nighties.
You can wear nighties
if you
need
like.
nighties.
But you don't have to. You can wear jeans.
Hey, all this chat about nighties. What about days?
Unbelievable.
So you feel
that's a
comfortable.
bloody good question, Kerwin.
So you feel comfortable. How often are you naked at home?
I'm going to say, excluding sleep, I'm reckoning 30% of the time.
Okay.
30 to 40% of the time.
You live with people.
Yeah.
How do you...
I'm in my room. I'm in the kitchen making tea.
Yeah.
I will make kitchen tea naked.
What time?
If anyone, any time in the evening or early morning.
Does the house have to be empty?
No.
Any time in the morning?
Early morning.
How early?
1 a.m.
Well, yeah, okay. It's slightly misleading.
Like I'm naked fairly... I reckon I'm a bit above average in terms of nude.
Yeah, it's sounding like it.
I like to make tea. I like to walk around the house naked because it feels sort of indulgent and free and very kind of safe. Again,
yeah.
I'm obviously feeling very safe if I can just walk around my house naked.
Yes.
I'm not walking into my friend's room
so
to get
nudity,
with my hog out.
Nudity is kind of a consequence of a feeling of safety for you. It's not... Nudity itself isn't safe.
No.
Yeah.
It's the striving for kind of comfort and safety. I wouldn't be...
Yeah. If you're feeling happy, content, and safe in your house, you'll have your knob out.
Yeah.
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 No, I understand that. If
really
you can hear some
pissing
rain,
down.
it is raining. We can't really do anything about that. It's cozy.
It's cozy. Yeah, we're in the building site.
We're in a building site. Right. Yeah. What are you doing in your room of an evening where you're naked?
Working. I work naked.
Do you?
Yes.
I don't think I could ever work naked.
I do work naked.
Sometimes I work in my pants and I don't like it, and I'll always go and put. Sometimes I don't even like
naked
working,
is better than pants.
I don't even like working in like too casual wear, even when I'm working from home, because it feels like I'm not working.
Right.
That's my relaxing clothes. I should be.
So
wearing
you work in like cords?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't. I have a pair of shorts that are slightly smarter than the other ones.
Right.
I'm not like putting a suit and tie on.
No.
But I'm wearing. I want
to get yourself in the mood.
Yeah.
Your method working.
It's method working.
Right.
It's method working. Well, because I want to be able to finish work and then put on my comfies or remove all of it altogether.
Yeah.
You shouldn't mix work and pleasure.
So it's at 5 p.m. Are you getting naked immediately?
I'm not. No.
Right.
I'm not very often naked.
What's your thoughts on it?
I'm not really often naked at home. I think because I live with someone. I used to sleep naked, but to be honest, I'm fed up with getting tangled up.
What do you mean?
Getting tangled up.
What do you mean with your balls?
My legs. It's all fucking, my knob's tangling around my legs.
Is that true?
Not really, no. It's just like if I turn somewhere, then my balls will get trapped and my dick
Have you ever
will get
twisted
trapped.
them?
I think so.
Agony.
But I like the idea of it, but at the same time, I think the practicalities of it actually minimize the joy.
Because we're all nudists in our own way.
Yeah.
Just some of us need to get it out more.
Get out more.
Well, some of us, we're all
nudists in our own way. Just some of us need to get out more. That's an excellent line.
So we're all nudists. No one's never naked. No one's never naked.
No one's never naked.
I'll be interested to know if there's a fear of being naked.
Sorry, I just got really itchy. Someone has a fear of being naked.
Is that a thing? I guess you probably just
probably
don't like the way you look.
Some people will only be naked in the shower, and that's that. So I got a big window by my bed that often in the morning when I'm getting changed, I'm fully naked, knob out, and I think a lot of the time people can walk past and see me.
And do you like that, or is that just a fact of life?
It's not something I crave. It's not something I'm looking for.
What's the opposite of a voyeur? Is somebody who looks at naked people.
Yeah.
A voyeur?
Just a subject, I guess.
A subject?
Yeah.
I think
people
it's more
like
a
to
naturalist.
Or an
exhibition.
That's just someone who likes to get naked.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Fine.
not someone that necessarily wants to put nakedness.
He wants
on
to be
people.
watched.
It's not like running around and the guys who like with the long duffel coat
Flashes.
things and go
No.
overcoats.
There's a lot of like jargon, actually.
Jargon.
There's a lot of jargon.
Jargon.
There's a lot of
Jargon, mate. Jargon.
There's a lot of jargon.
Yeah.
About nudity. You got like flashes, voyeur. I guess it's just like there's words.
They're all
about
kind
anything.
of. Yeah. Well, they all mean different things.
I guess we need words to describe.
There's just a lot of words in the world, really. Well, there's a voyeur is someone who likes to look at people privately in the nude.
They don't know that they're being watched.
Yeah.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
wrong.
That's wrong. Do you see it as freeing?
Yeah, there's something very raw about it. I think you're less. You're more present when you're naked, possibly.
More present when you're naked. Some of our set's fallen down, but
I think this looks pretty good in my head like this.
you don't look good in it.
Really,
No.
I feel like it feels like
No,
I
you
do.
shouldn't.
So
Do you see nudity as
no,
freeing?
I don't really view it as. I understand the freedom element, but for me, it's much more of a safety thing. It's like it's a comfort. It's a I am not going to be attacked right now. And if I am,
But again, that's just
I'm
the
fucked.
consequence. So you're not doing nudity to feel that. When you feel that, you are naked.
why am I doing it? It's probably because it's comfy. Clothes. I don't find clothes that comfy.
I don't think there's anything comfier than a nice pair of tight pants.
Really.
Yeah. I like everything to be a bit contained. I don't want stuff flopping about. Because I'm a big, moving about in my sleep. As I said before, I don't like to get.
And let's open it up for the girls and the ladies. It doesn't have to be boxers. It could be a thong. It could be anything else.
I don't know why we needed to open it up to them then.
Please continue.
It's such an unnecessary disclaimer. Yeah, no, I don't like the feeling of tangled. I like the boxer aspect because you're there, you're kind of naked in a way, but you're compact and you're ready to go.
Right.
It means that I'm comfortable without being dangly.
Yes. No, I understand the packaging element,
Yeah.
and I respect it a lot.
Thank you very much.
But I do think that there's something kind of healing, or healing's a bit strong word, but I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
Something kind of healing and natural and raw about just being fucking naked with your balls out.
I think there is.
And like,
I think there is, but for me, it's the practicalities can outweigh the freedom of the nakedness just because of the balls.
of course, that's why I do it inside. I don't go to like the park or the shops with my knob out.
Yeah, we are just talking about at home. We don't know. I think public nudity
It's much scarier doing
is a whole different kettle.
I wouldn't do it.
whole kettle of different.
Here's a
kettle of
question:
fish.
would you, given a choice, you don't know how you're going to die, but you are going to die either in you can decide now: I'm dying in clothes or I'm dying in naked.
I imagine clothes.
Would you? What's your preference?
I imagine clothes.
Do you think there's a lot more problems with dying naked?
I think I'm just gonna. Hopefully, I'm old.
And you'll be asleep in your sort of
Hopefully
tie and your jumper.
Hopefully, I'm old and therefore I'm a little bit gross. I don't think it's fair to want to die naked. So, like people that find me, yeah, it's all good. People that find me are just, they have to find my old naked body.
Oh, what, you're doing it for them?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have.
Fuck them.
Maybe fuck them.
You're dead. This is your last thing you're doing on the world.
It depends how I'm dying. If I died bungee jumping, I wouldn't want to be naked.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be allowed to.
Boing. boing, and then you're just lying there naked. Well, but think about it. A lot of the time, nakedness and shame are often, when we'll get into that, but they're joined together a lot of the time.
Yes.
So a lot of the times you'll see, if you see like cartel killings and stuff, they'll hang them and they'll be naked because it's a way to shame them even more in death. So it isn't necessarily always freeing. It can be. If someone's killed me and strung me up naked, that's not a nice way to go.
No, it's
I
awful.
prefer to be strung up and clothed.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a humiliation. It's like I've taken everything from you.
So maybe if I've died of natural causes, it'll be nice to be naked. But if someone's murdering me, I'd like to stay clothed.
This is what I'm saying. Do you think that informs the nature of the death at all? As in,
Probably, yeah. It depends what you're doing at the time.
you don't know, but you're committing.
What are you talking about?
The question is, would you commit to either dying in clothes or dying naked now? But you have to pick one, and that might dictate how you die. Do you think it's more gruesome potentially to die naked or to die in clothes? I think you're probably you're probably getting into more issues if you guarantee you're dying naked. Wait,
hold on. What is your question? What are you fucking talking about? You're saying I have to say right now I'm going to die naked, and therefore I have to make myself naked when I die.
No.
No. What a mad suggestion. That's not what I'm saying at all, Andrew. Listen. What the fuck are you asking?
I'm saying,
yeah.
If now you're like, all right, I'm going to choose one or the other. I'm going to choose that I will definitely die naked. But then that shuts off. That means that there are many ways that you might die. I'm just thinking, what is the more dangerous way to be?
What do you mean dangerous?
You might die a very nice sort of lovely, warm, linen-y, naked death in a kind of like fetal position in some beautiful bed like an elvish king.
Yes.
Or you might die because you've been strung up like Mussolini or whatever.
Yes.
Versus dying in clothes where you might... Well, there's any number of ways of dying in clothes, I guess. But...
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just thinking, like, being naked, what sort of scenarios would you be likely to be dying naked in versus what sort of scenarios you'd be likely to die in clothes in, which is preferable, and therefore which one...
Which is preferable? Right, you're very rarely naked in life, okay? You can die at any point in your life.
Yeah.
So you're very rarely naked. When are you naked? For you, it would be that you have a heart attack when you're making a tea at home because you're naked then. Or it would be that you die in your sleep. That's when you die naked. Any other time, you're clothed.
Right. What proportion of people do you think are dying naked?
Very few.
That's a good question.
Is hospital gowns probably a very high proportion of that, and you're semi-naked.
God, they're pretty. They're quite humiliating.
You really went somewhere just thinking about hospital gown there. Oh.
Yeah, but in answer to your original question before my sort of half question,
I'm not classifying that as a question. I'm classifying that as a fucking breakdown.
What I would say is there's no. For me, I'm not doing it for freedom, even though there is freedom attached to it. I'm doing it in order to feel comfy and safe. And then I'm not doing it as a statement of like, I'm now free with my hog out. I'm doing it because like...
I don't like that you're referring to it as a hog.
With my willy out.
I just don't think you can carry it off. I can't either. A hog.
Willy.
Yeah, that you're more of a willy guy.
Okay. I'm not doing it because I'm like, I'm free, therefore I'm going to get my willy out.
It sounds like it's a consequence. You come home, you feel safe, you feel comfy, and therefore you get naked.
With my willy out, yeah.
Yeah. Well, naked specifies your willies out. Okay. No one's having a problem with that. Yeah, but is his willy out? What do you think about the idea that everyone should be naked and we should all be free and clothes?
Is that an idea?
Well, it is, yeah, some people think it.
Really?
Nudists, in the way will think it. A pure nudist they're not going around. They've got some sort of ideology where everyone should be. They don't want to be the only ones.
Is there a leader? Is there like a Cristiano Ronaldo? Is there like
it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Is there like a...
Yeah, no, you got it first time. It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is there... Do they have like a ruler? Do they have like a...
I imagine
a leader.
I imagine nudists aren't too fan of a top-down power structure.
There's no CEO naked guy.
No, I imagine it's a bit more of a kind of power-sharing community.
Right.
I don't think they'll be a hyper-democratic society. It would be a bit... authoritarianism and nudists don't really go in together.
No, I don't think that would work.
I imagine they've got some fairly broader and wilder ideas for how we should organise ourselves if they're like, we should be swinging dicks and... Knobbing fannies. That's not really...
No board of like... I guess, and also how
board
would you...
of directors.
Yeah, how would you decide the...
How are they going to get anything done?
They'll just permanently be...
Tits
and also, are they
about.
aroused a lot, nudists?
Well, that's the question.
Because I think there's something kind of charming in a way about the naturalist thing. But if a guy's just walking around with a boner, you lose all of your powers.
The floppy willy can be free. The hard willy.
Can't be.
Can't be
It's
free.
threatening.
It's threatening.
It's like a little sword.
It is. Yeah.
A dagger.
That is the problem that nudists have to deal with is
You can't be walking around with a
stark
boner.
arousal.
And you definitely can't be like preaching it with a rock on,
Mm,
in my opinion.
I don't think you can. Or, I don't know. If you're watching a political rally and there's a guy speaking really impassionately
With a boner.
and he gets hard during it, part of me is like,
Fuck yeah.
that guy believes what he fucking thinks.
Yeah, that's almost rock and roll.
That is a man I want to get behind.
That's
Not
okay.
literally. I want to get in front of him. I want to get in front of that hard knob. Put it in my bottom.
Okay. I'm sure you can.
I'm sure I can.
Sure you can. I'm sure you will.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah, in the context of like a massive rally,
Mm,
but in the context of like a guy walking through a small village.
never.
No.
Yeah, because then it is, another interesting topic we'll be generally covering this is nudity and sex. The intersection between the two of them is
Never the twain shall meet.
never the twain.
I mean,
shall-
always the twain shall meet.
it always meets. But in terms of, we've created clothes ourselves. That's not the natural order of things.
No.
And by a lot of the reason by clothing ourselves is we're desexualizing our public image, but then that hypersexualizes the naked body. Because if we were just walking around, sure, there'll be moments, there's natural things. You'll go, oh, I'm attracted to that or whatever. But if we're just walking around with no clothes on, then it does desexualize everything a bit. Because I'd just be used to seeing a knob.
Yes.
It wouldn't be a sexual organ. It would be that amongst other things.
I think that's true. And I think maybe long term, there's a way where it could actually work quite nicely. It would be just sort of elvish wood people, kind of.
Speaking about elves a lot during this podcast, what's that all about?
I just feel that they're often naked and they can pull it off.
Yeah, kind of ethereal woodland creatures.
That's kind of the final form of like, that's what the naturalists are going for, I think.
Yeah, elves.
They're going for elvish woodland
I think they are.
nymphs.
Yeah, just kind of like prancing around, gathering
But they're not
vegetables.
The reality of their dream is that you'd have like the whole of Milton Keynes or like,
Yeah.
but you'd be in like
Going
Aldi
bowling.
naked. Yeah, you'd be going bowling naked.
Going bowling naked.
And that really loses a lot of the magic, I think.
You can't be in a shopping centre and be naked.
No,
I
you can
suppose
be in the woods.
We're too developed. We've got too much urban development to be nudist.
The dream's kind of gone.
It's actually a great point. That's a great point. We had a time where we could be nudist
It could
because
have worked.
we'd be amongst the trees, which were natural. You've got leaves, grass, lakes, streams. It makes sense that we're naked there.
Yeah,
But if you're at a Frankie and Benny's,
it's fucked.
it's fucked. That's a good point. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I think we've gone too far into development to be nude. You're right. Yeah.
So they're not going to win on it.
I think we've accepted the creature comforts of Hollywood Bowl and Frankie and Benny's. We've given up on the idea that we could be free.
Yeah,
We've taken the whatever pill. We've gobbled up.
you can't be having like a slushy. And
No, you can't. But you could be eating an apple. Of course you could.
For sure.
Or a pear, for that matter.
or any fruit.
Or any fruit you care to imagine or say. Name them. But you can't be eating ice cream.
Or McCoys.
McCoys.
You can't be in your car with your whole family naked eating McCoys.
You can't be in a car naked.
You can't be in a car.
You can't
You'd
be
have
in
to travel by foot, and we'd have to knock all the buildings down.
Yeah.
And maybe horses.
This is why nudist beaches are a thing as well. Because the beach is acceptable.
There's no buildings.
There's no buildings. It's nature, natural. You have to be in a natural situation to be in the nude.
Yeah. They might have already
Okay.
established that, actually. They might know this.
Yeah.
And they might have
well, they're
a
still
plan.
doing it. There's definitely people who say we should all be naked
Yeah.
all the time.
I think in terms of, if that happened, I do think there would be initially a really fucked kind of the purge style period of time where things would go bad.
That didn't actually happen, by the way. Just when you say the purge period of time, it sounds a bit like you're
Like
talking
the
about the
purge,
Victorian times.
which was awful.
Yeah, you're right, the purge times. What a nightmare. I would not like to be living there. I'll tell you that. During the purge times, what?
I think there would be, you might get to a point of peace where you literally look at me and only see me for me.
What has that got to do with the purge?
Because I think there'd be a really fucked
Right. I
kind
see.
of immediate time where there's a lot of sexual assault and attacks.
If we were to bring in nudity,
if ever it's like you're all naked now and everyone actually has to do it. I don't know how
legally
you enforce
naked, legally, it's illegal to go outside not
Fine,
naked.
but yeah, I think it would be hard to enforce. But let's say they can.
Yeah,
I think there would be a lot of crime and awful stuff that would happen
yeah.
for a long time until eventually it was like, right.
Well, again, you're touching on a key theme.
Although I guess sexual assault would still be illegal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd hope so. You're all naked. Oh, and you can rape each other. By the way, just FYI. Oh, didn't we mention that? Yeah. Yeah, because you're nude, you can just rape anyone.
Oh, yeah, look what she's wearing.
Well, we'll take that argument out of it. No, you touched on something interesting there as well, is that nudity and kind of the stripping us back to our animalistic nature. I think do you think that there, as you just said about the rising crime if we're all naked, it's because there's, clothing is kind of civilizing us at the same time. It separates us from animals. And animals don't have law. They don't have morals, whereas we do. But as soon as we get our chockers out,
we go savage.
We might go savage.
Do you
I think
so?
You're right. I think if we all went nude, crime would massively increase.
For sure. Because you're an animal. You're kind of retreating to the
You're
caves.
just like,
Yeah. I mean, I think men would have a very different time to women, to be honest.
True.
You might have like a nice little kind of I'm a gorilla time where you just run along the canal fully naked in the rain and this is fucking amazing.
In the rain, for some reason, is much more.
Yeah, I don't want to be just like in the sun. Wouldn't be as cool.
Yeah, just like lying on a beach. Well, that's exactly what you do.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question. I think we'd probably all go a bit mad and there'd be a lot of crime, but you might have moments of bliss.
There's some very good points to kick us off there, 100%. I used to be naked a lot more.
As a baby.
As a baby.
You didn't come out in clothes, obviously.
I did not, no. I did not. And I've got no quick witticism to reply to you.
And no problem with it.
And that's fine. Can't be a winner all the time. At uni, I think it was when I was smoking the old devil's plant. That a nudity would kind of feel natural there. Again, it's feeling natural. I'm smoking some grass. You know, I'm getting my knob out.
I'm in Warwick.
I'm in Leamington Spa,
the home of the naked guys.
The home of life itself. But I for the second year, Horatio convinced me to live with his friends instead of my friends, which was a bad idea.
Was it?
Yeah, because his friends were the worst.
Were they?
They were his old flatmates. And then we just didn't. They hated us really because we were. They
hated you and Horatio.
Hated, yeah, eventually.
Why?
As flatmates, because I was burning the midnight oil.
You were just naked and smoking loads of weed.
Well, kind of.
Who's your weird naked mate who's always high?
Yeah, shut up. I was a bit like a poorly written character in like a comedy film. That old geezer who's just there smoking weed, being naked. That was me. But no, I was like loud. I'd have friends over late. They weren't really. I mean, we were 19 and trying to have fun at uni. I was more on the mate. Just fucking have a bit of fun. Was
that your vibe?
That was. I wasn't going around you to everyone. Oh, have fun. Even when I'm out at a club, I'm not wanking. No, I used to have a ritual where I would stay up and smoke and do whatever till like quite late. So like 2 a.m.
Okay.
To like 2 a.m., 2, 3, and then the best thing to have when you're smoking is cereal.
Yeah.
Because it's you're drinking and eating at the same time.
It's very cooling.
It's cooling as well, but you're having the pleasure of drinking and eating together. It's unbelievable.
Unique.
It's mad. Cereal is mad.
It is actually.
So I would be naked, probably watching something in bed at this point, and then I would go to the kitchen to get cereal.
Gravy and sausages as well.
At 3 a.m. Well, was that just your drinking and your eating as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, not to the same extent as cereal.
That is perfect.
But so I would go out into the kitchen late in the evening, and I wouldn't bother because they're all in bed by this point usually. So I'd go out naked and make cereal, and then quickly I was right next to the kitchen, so I'd go in there, pop back in. There was like 10 people in this house.
Yeah.
And one day I was there and I was making cereal naked. So my bum was facing where the door was that came into the kitchen, and I'm making cereal. And then the most timid housemate of them all, a small little lady, comes in.
Fuck.
And I'm just there naked. We hardly know each other.
How old was she?
My age. It wasn't like a young, she wasn't like a genius that got accepted into Warwick. I
wasn't saying she was
like
a kid.
a 12-year-old.
I was more thinking old.
No, she's
right,
our age.
Right,
yeah.
She's
our age. She's our age. She comes into the kitchen. I'm high as shit at this point. And I just turn around and she kind of looks at me for a minute and I go, referring to she couldn't see the cereal because I was blocking it. But because I was blocking my body was blocking what she was seeing. And then I said, oh, I guess I should just finish here because she needed to use the kitchen. But I needed to finish my cereal.
God.
So, and then I went, and she left, and I went, not like that. So I think she just thought I was wanking in the kitchen. Because in my mind I was saying,
I should probably just finish.
I should probably just finish, shouldn't I, before you come in? Do you mind if I come on the counter
Swagging into the bin.
before you come in? No, but that's what happened because it's in my mind. It was I can't turn around because my knob's here,
No, that would be horrible.
right? So hence, like, I guess I should finish up in the kitchen before you go to the kitchen. So you should go to your room or something. I'll leave, and then you can come back.
It's a bit out of order to say that, to be honest.
Exactly. Well, but what else do I do? Otherwise, she comes in, makes
I think
some
you
toast.
kind of go on all fours and cower in the corner and wait till she's gone.
That's so much odder, isn't it?
Maybe.
Oh, sorry. 1 minute.
Or maybe you leave. You leave.
I can't leave because if I turn my knob.
Could you not have left in a way that didn't reveal your knob?
No.
Look at the
There's
wall.
one exit. I'd have to back out with my cereal.
I mean, that is a bit mad.
and turn, it's obviously she should leave and come back, right?
Fine.
I could have said it in a better way, but obviously all that came to my mind was I should probably finish now.
Yeah.
So she just thought I was having a wank in there. It's not good, is it?
No. Did you get? Was there like a comeback from that?
No. I think she knew I wasn't. I think it was. I think she.
She probably just thought, "What a sweet, weird little boy.
Take sweet out.
What a weird little boy.
Yeah, probably horrible.
What an awful little
What
man."
an awful, scary man.
Did you apologise or anything after?
I apologised as she left.
Sorry.
I mean, not like that.
This
Sorry.
cereal's fucking. Did you realise that this is the only time when you're eating a drink?
You should try it. You want some? Wait, I'll come give you some.
I had a sort of similar-ish experience in Japan last year. I've only just remembered this.
Yeah.
Where so in Japan, and maybe in other countries, there's like dorm rooms where you get your own little pod. You get like a rectangular pod, and they're on top of each other. It's like bunk beds,
Like little stacks.
but in like little cubes.
Yeah.
little stacks. And the you don't really have a door, but you have a small curtain thing.
Yeah.
And I got
like a hostel. Vibe,
like a hostel, yeah. And I got out of my hostel cube and had a small towel on. I went for a piss. It was like 1 a.m. and 1 in the morning, and I just had my little towel on. And there was
How little's the towel?
probably similar size to your shorts.
Okay. You've
But-
got something then.
I got something, but not enough.
Does
And
it cover you all the way around?
it does if you hold it taut. It does if you hold it really tight,
Yeah.
but it's risky.
Right.
And there was this woman, who I'd been on this like big kind of pilgrimage hiking route, and I'd seen her a couple of times, and we had like a little chat. She seemed really nice, and her bunk bed, I'd seen I knew where her cube was, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't sound good,
No.
but it gets better.
Yeah.
And
Does it?
yeah, overall.
Yeah.
And I basically was just sort of like fumbling around trying to get my towel on
Yeah.
at like 1 a.m. a bit sleepy.
Outside the cube.
Yeah, outside the cube. And then I dropped the towel thing, and it fell down like quite near her cube,
Right.
quite near her bunk.
Yeah.
And I think she saw.
Okay.
So the way it looked is I got out of bed, turned around, and just got
Naked.
my willy out.
And then threw the towel into
And
her
then,
bed.
and then immediately left and went to the toilet. So it's strange signaling from me
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're her. Also, there's a language barrier. I think I don't know what she'd have thought of me. Anyway, I kind of pranged out a bit in the loo.
So you didn't retrieve the towel.
No, I did. I put it back on and then left. But
Yeah.
the damage was
It
already
looks
done.
like you've kind of.
It looks like I've got up, flashed, and then left for no reason.
But was her curtain closed?
No.
Oh,
So it's bad.
bad.
And I know she was awake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How do you know she was? You could hear it.
I could just sort of hear rustling. She was definitely awake.
Yeah.
I went and pranged out in the loo, came back, went to bed in a kind of sad, worried stupor. Woke up again at 4 for some reason.
Oh no.
I went to the loo again, and she came out of the loo. But I think it's like pretty.
Wait, are you naked or have you got the little?
I've
towel
got the little towel on this time.
Right.
But she comes out, and my towel thing, like, because I got startled by this noise, she came out of the ladies, and I was like walking
flashed
through,
her again.
and I just like it kind of like came loose. It didn't come all the way down, but like a bit of my bum came out.
It looked like you're doing it.
It looks like I'm doing it again, and I was like,
No.
no. And then I raced to the loo, and I pranged out even more.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and I was like, I didn't know. I was like, what is the least like sexual kind of clearly I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not a threat move I can do here. So I bowed.
Please tell me you've got the towel on.
I got the towel.
You got the towel on?
I went up to her. I went, so nice to meet you.
With the towel on.
Yeah.
That's so much weirder.
I know.
Okay.
And also
right.
it's like kind of weirdly kind of like racial, just like, fuck, what do I do? Okay, she's Asian. Oh.
I can't tell her. So from her perspective, this boy that she barely knows has gotten out in the middle of the night and flashed her
Basically twice.
once, and then in the middle of the night she's gone to the toilet and he's gone.
He's followed her out and got his bum out.
and then he's come and bowed to her whilst wearing the towel. Was that when you came out of the loo? So she was still awake.
Yeah, she was doing her teeth.
that is.
And
the
it just
bow.
looked really dodgy. But I do kind of stand by the fact that although it's arguably kind of there's some weird racial tones to it, I guess.
Where were you?
Japan.
You're part of the culture there.
I guess so.
If you were in Mexico and you did it to the Japanese lady,
That would be different, I guess.
that might be slightly different.
Still, anyway, it's me definitely grappling and panicking.
Yeah.
But I do think that bowing was probably the least sexy move that I could have done.
But
there.
you wanted it to be, yeah.
I wanted it to not be sexy.
I don't think bowing is the least sexy thing.
I think it is. It's like a handshake. It's fucking respectful. I think.
There's something still a bit more like, at that point, if I was her,
It's a
I'd be
bit
like,
mad.
can you leave me alone?
Yeah, I think that's what she thought. But I was in a kind of frenzy.
Honestly, I think if you left it, there would have been the natural conclusion like that. All of that was a series of accidents. The bowing makes it a bit like
ties the knot, doesn't it?
yeah. There's something like, oh, this is purposeful.
He's doing a really weird move here.
There's the strangest move on a
This
lady
guy's trying it.
to drop a towel in her bed, then show her a bit of your bum, and then hello, pleased to meet you.
I must introduce myself.
My name is Charlie.
It was fucked. Yeah, I was actually like, I was incredibly stressed by it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Did you see her the next day?
No, that was the last time I've ever
Last
seen
time
her.
you saw her.
But then I was having images of like somehow her finding me and accusing me of like
I bet there's loads of posters of your face around Japan.
this creep.
Just watch out for this creep.
He'll bow. He'll
Wanted.
get his willy and his bum out, and then he'll bow at you.
The bowing nudist.
The respectful nudist.
What's your stance on nudes?
I just remember that. Oh man, my stance on nudes is I think I'm all for nudes.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same as like it's very similar to gun control. Okay?
Please.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because not everyone should have the license to nude.
Oh. Now that's controversial. Who's not allowed to nude in your world?
The ones that are spraying nudes willy-nilly, and emphasis on the willy. Willy.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Those that are spraying, anyone sending unsolicited nudes should have their license to
I see. Yes, fine.
their license
Fair
to
enough.
nude revoked.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Anyone who is a child shouldn't be able to send a nude.
Anyone who has ever shown someone else of nude that they've received should get revoked.
Yep. Who else? Anyone with dementia, just because they don't know what they're doing.
Right. There's a consent issue there.
There's a consent issue there.
Imagine if you come to your granddad with vast dementia just in the toilet taking dick pics. Gotta send this to Michelle. Granddad. Yeah, dementia, there's a consent issue. That's fair.
Children, obviously, we've covered them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a tight nude control laws,
Right.
and
Very hard to enforce.
not impossible.
But so if you do them respectfully, as in unsolicited, because the people that do solicited ones are fucking freaks, aren't they?
Well, the unsolicited ones are.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, mad. Maybe if you've kind of cheated on someone, we could fruit it up a little bit in terms of
I
like.
think that's unnecessary.
Probably, yeah.
I don't think we should bring in
I don't think there's anything wrong with nudes in themselves, but I think there should be those that fuck with them should be punished and not allowed to.
Yeah,
send.
I like that.
Digital
I like that.
castration.
Yeah, digital castration. Well,
Yeah.
That's nice.
I sent a really fucking funny nude recently where I didn't read what it said on the mirror. I would love to put it in the episode, but
Can you not blur it out?
put my actual willy on the screen and blur it out?
Well, you'd blur out your willy, wouldn't you?
Feels a bit risky.
Okay, well, Charlie and I will talk, and if that's
We
gone
might do
well,
it.
then we'll see it up there.
But it said on the mirror, "Don't be such a cunt." In like,
What mirror was this?
oh, let me show you, just so you can really know what I mean.
What mirror? Who did you send it to?
To I'll bleep it.
I quite rate. What's interesting there is you've done a soft dick.
No, that's me
Nude.
fully erect.
Oh right, yeah, good for you. Well, that's a good nude.
Yeah,
It's quite artistic. And
yeah. It's not horribly gauche like
because it is a
fucking-
nightmare for guys sending.
Awful.
Nudes, really. That's a good nude, and I do respect the
And also, it kind of takes the
soft
edge,
dick.
yeah, and the edge of I'm pretty sure I'm actually erect there. The actual
Well, you're not hard.
no, I'm not like
You're not
I'm
standing.
not
on
100%. No.
No. But you got a bit of juice going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Don't Be Such a Cunt actually does. Although it was an accident, it does actually add some like fun flavors to the picture because it's just like
It's a
it
story.
makes it sillier and funnier.
It's a silly, fun story.
Because you need all the help you can get to make a nude not serious and terrifying.
It's true.
It needs to have some funny dumbness to it.
Yeah, for a guy.
Yes.
For a guy.
What do you mean?
For a guy.
As opposed to
Girls can have a serious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just think about all the nudes you've received now.
I haven't received that many, but they are absolutely glorious.
Hmm.
They are such a lovely thing.
The guy in the year above me, who didn't really know him that well, but we were moderately acquainted. Something happened. He messaged me on Instagram, something about the podcast or something. He'd seen something that was relevant, or he was out and about with a friend, old friend I have or something. So he dropped me a message. It was the first message we'd ever sent to each other.
Right.
We had a very, very brief chat. And then that night I was drunk coming back home. And I decided to send Ella nude, my girlfriend.
No.
And I was pretty pissed, and I just clicked on the first message that we had, and I sent my school acquaintance a picture of my erect penis.
What happened?
Annoyingly for the story, I did catch it and deleted it, which is a shame.
Did you explain what happened to him?
I've actually spoken about this on a previous podcast. It was like a year ago, I guess. Yeah, no, I did message him, say, because I was drunk as well, finding it funny. I just said, I just sent you a picture of my dick. But that was an accident.
Leaving that would have been. It would be very interesting to see what he thought.
But that's unsolicited nude. That's
Crime.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a crime.
You'll be digitally castrated.
I would have been digitally castrated, and as I should be. I would have gone. Yep, fair enough. That's
License to nude revoked.
It's been a nice career for me, but I'm done now.
Yeah, fuck. I don't think I've ever done that. It takes quite a lot of carelessness, no offense, to accidentally send a nude to some random guy from school.
It does. Well, I mean, I've called a police officer a cunt, and I've sent dicks to my old school friends, so I'm clearly quite a careless person on my phone.
I think you're going to be a nightmare when you're an old man with your phone.
Yeah,
you're going to be an absolute nightmare.
Sending pictures of my bum, send to all,
Yeah.
copy in family.
Email everyone I've ever met.
Just naked pictures of me going, but not like looking sexy, just terrified and confused.
Literally not even knowing you're sending you the nude.
Just naked, sent to family.
Send to everyone.
Granddad, you've got to stop sending
Stop sending us pictures of your bum, Grandpa.
What? Well, I'm not.
You like it?
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Wait, what else? I might have something else on nudes.
Nude?
Oh yeah, something I used to do with nudes is I used to take the edge off because again they're terrifying. I would put an emoji on the end of my willy to kind of make it fun and sweet.
It softens it certainly, but
Like a clock or Big Ben.
because the penis is a very aggressive character.
The penis is very aggressive. It's very angry.
And the emoji does soften it. The only problem I'm thinking with that is,
What's the willy without a bad end?
what are we here for? If I'm on the other end of that, it was like I didn't sign up for soft-core porn. I want the full hog.
Yeah, but I think you can then invite more. That's a kind of nice warm-up act for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Rather than like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I guess
Just
it's
send
like
me a picture of his like
it's not. Is that his knob?
his whole knob.
Yeah, there's not much you can do as a guy. Is that a knob?
But you got to involve other body parts. You got to get on your knees. You got to like use a lamp. Get on your knees.
On your knees is an interesting one.
On your knees is good because you're
Well,
just
that's what
like
you were
it's
doing
pretty.
in
Like,
that
I've done like some shower ones on my knees in the shower, looking into like the
in the
reflection.
shower. How are you doing that?
I turned the shower off and then got my phone.
Oh, that's.
But I'm like wet on my knees.
You're on your knees a lot. It seems.
Yeah, because there's something that's like strong but vulnerable about that
Yeah.
and sexy.
Yeah, because
It's not as. And
you
also,
can't-
this is fucked. This
It
is
is fucked.
fucked.
It is, and you can't just do the like even in the mirror when you're just like,
Yeah.
that's my dick.
Mirror's awful too. I guess you can't do it without a mirror. But like mirror, like stand up mirror with jeans on is not on.
Jeans on. Oh, like you're not popping out of the jeans.
Yeah, like some weird kind of like some garage guy, like a guy who works in a garage
Yeah,
in America.
an American.
That's not like you're not an American garage guy.
You're not an American
You're
garage.
an
man.
English nude peasant.
Peasant. Yeah. Yeah. Well, with pictures of nudity, I found that my mum does something quite odd. Is she don't I'm
Sends
not
nudes?
It's not saying that.
Right.
I think a lot of mums do this, is that they really cherish and enjoy posting naked pictures of their children. I mean, not like not in the post. She's not posted them out to everyone, just here's naked Andrew. But she really enjoys whenever she's going through the old photos. There's one with me with like a big floppy hat on and big shoes and just me not holding my knob.
Really?
Really?
How
Yeah.
old?
I don't know, 3.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. I'm not 15. But it's not. No, but
Cowboy hat on.
do you know what? I feel mums really enjoy posting pictures of, or like sharing. It's like a cliche of when the girlfriend comes around, she'll get the photo album out and be like, "Oh, and there he is," and the boy's always naked.
What your mum will show Elle.
Yeah.
your
It's the
3-year-old
cliche.
Willie.
It's the cliche that you see.
Quite a niche cliche.
You just don't really watch any films.
A niche.
A niche. It's a thing I think mums do, and I think it's probably. There's something about nudity which is like, oh, when he was sweet and innocent, when he wasn't, when he didn't have, when he could run around and be naked and be free and not have to worry about
Without
clothing
judgment.
and be an adult. I think mums would really see that as a child when their kid was a kid, when they were naked and free and running around.
Yeah.
Did your mum do anything like that?
Well, I mean, it makes sense that I guess that's like reminds them of like the fucking good times.
Yeah.
When they would have been probably literally just hanging out with you and you were literally just hanging out with them.
But that's what's interesting about nudity. It's a symbol of
Simpler times.
Well, no, but why are the times simpler? It's, we start off naked as children, then we slowly make our way up into, feeling shame about being naked. But there's a strong time, much like society, the same thing has happened with us.
Yeah.
Everyone goes through having no shame of being naked to suddenly feeling shame.
Yeah.
Which is like how we've gone from animals to us now. There's a
Right.
kind of growing up period with it.
Right.
But that's the naked. I think that's where it's most free is when a child's just running around naked.
Definitely.
Doesn't give a fuck about
Doesn't
it.
even know it's naked.
Doesn't even know. Doesn't even understand the concept of wearing any kind of clothes at any point.
Yeah. I don't think funny that you asked that because I've never thought about it. But I don't see very many pictures of me naked as a baby or a child.
My mum will send me one every few months. So
Really?
Like a hell. There
And
it
what
is.
do you like it or flame react or what?
I think I'll do a double tap heart.
Not like a lip.
You don't-
That biting lip emoji I've just discovered. I looked fucking good.
Damn, Drew.
I don't think it's nonsense if it's you.
No, it's not.
It's odd.
It's odd.
But
I don't think I should
I wouldn't leave the pub if you told me that.
Damn, boy. You look good.
No, but it could be like, look how far I come.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, my dick rolled a bit since then, honey. No, I think I'll give it a heart react. I don't want to discourage the behavior because I think
It's an expression of love.
I think it's quite sweet and nice, whereas I don't want to encourage it too much. If I'm like, wow,
Exclamation mark.
better times, eh? God, cool. To have that lack of shame today, wouldn't that be great, Mum? Yeah, God. Oh, if only we could
just
wind
made my
back the
day,
clock. Then I'm going to be getting a barrage? Oh my, what?
Barrage of bums.
Barrage of bums and balls.
We don't need that.
We don't need that.
You're a busy guy.
I'm a busy guy. I've got my own bums and balls to deal with. My adult male bum and balls.
Exactly.
But I think, a lot of the general points about nudity, freedom, shame. There's a kind of dichotomy that meets in confliction to one another, which is just interesting in how we see it.
Yeah.
It's all about context, isn't it? A naked child running around the park. What free? How lovely. You running naked around the park. Get him into a hospital.
And when do you think we've developed kind of the shame and the sort of fear of being fully naked?
Well, that might be quite a good time to go into our Thinker's Corner.
Okay.
Well, we've heard Charlie and I's initial thoughts on nudity, our general experiences, some early hypotheses that we'll be testing out throughout the episode. Now it's time to jump into our Thinker's Corner, where we'll hear from the greatest minds that have ever walked this earth to get their take on nudity. So, go on.
Do you think we're hampered at all in the Thinker's Corner on this episode by the fact that they're experts on being naked?
No, because I haven't just researched famous nudist thoughts. It's not the vastest array of literature there is, to be honest.
Right.
So you were talking about when was the first person to kind of get shame and have clothes?
Obviously, yeah.
Go on.
No,
what were you going to say?
Is it Adam and Eve?
Well, let's go for the biblical perspective on this. So
Right.
Do you know the general story of Adam and Eve and why we have shame?
Yep. Adam and Eve were naked, but they didn't realize because they were too busy having such a nice time in God's garden.
Yeah.
There was one tree in the garden that God was like,
You can eat anything
don't
here.
you dare. You don't even sit on this tree.
You can eat anything. You can do anything. You just cannot eat that the apples on this
And
tree.
then Eve got kind of swindled by this snake
Yeah.
and roped Adam in because Adam maybe didn't realize it, but kind of fancied Eve.
Yeah, I think they're in love.
Sort of loved her and was
Yeah.
like, oh, fine. But after this, can we please
No, I think
go?
no. Eve ate it without Adam knowing. I think.
Oh, right. Well, no, because Adam was compromised. Adam had some as well.
Yeah, I
Eve
think.
gave
And then
some to
Eve
Adam.
went, "You've got to try this fruit. It's amazing." And then Adam did.
And then they were like, fuck,
Fuck.
my willy's out.
Yeah, my
And
tits are out.
Yeah.
So if we think about the naked body before Adam and Eve bite the apple,
Pure.
it's pure, it's natural, it's normal, it's God's creation. It's you are my children, you frolic. Again, they're not doing it in Frankie and Benny's, they're frolicking in the Garden of Eden.
Which is vital, though.
Which is really important. If this whole story was set in Westfield Shopping Centre, it wouldn't quite have the same. So that, before the fall of man and the introduction of sin into the world, natural bodies, normal lives. We are God's creation. We're frolicking around a garden. We're eating, berries. We eat the apple, and suddenly shame is introduced to it. So a key reading would probably be that sex is introduced into it, and a dirty sex, non-premarital sex.
Yeah.
Sex for lust. One of the 7 deadly sins. Sex is evil. Sex is a bad thing that we should temper out of ourselves if we want to live in a good and true human society. So the human body therefore becomes a site of lust and longing rather than a pure and almost infantile kind of joyous natural thing.
Right. But I think that's quite a valuable... I mean, what the fuck? It's just dreamland otherwise. We're not... Whatever was before isn't realistic.
But even so, if we take it in a metaphorical sense rather than a literal sense...
I take these very...
Well, it's just like a dream world, isn't it? That garden would be bloody nice if we could have it in the UK. All our troubles that we're having. You see the price of bananas? It would be lovely to go back to the Garden of Eden, wouldn't it? We take it in a more metaphorical sense. I think it's an interesting thing to bring in our shame of the naked bodies and as an association of sex and lust. Is the reason why it's shameful to be going around naked is because we hold our own shame about sex.
Yeah, maybe that is part of the shame.
Should we either keep it like that or we just take it down?
I'm going to hold it like this.
No, don't. You've got too long to hold it like that. Should we take it down?
Yeah, sure. Guys, Andrew's currently taking down the... he's cleaning the building site. We're taking down the...
Right, we've revealed that there's nothing behind the building site now.
But we have nothing to hide. In a way, the building site is just taking its clothes off.
Ah! The setting is now naked. Look how shameful it seems.
It's very pure, actually.
Yeah. Anyway. Stop touching the naked setting.
So yeah, I guess a huge amount of the shame associated with being naked is sexy time.
I suppose the through line we're trying to answer is, would we all be better off if we were just naked and free and normal?
I mean, I think we would be if we all lived in the Garden of Eden where it was all fine. But I think
we live next to a Tesco's.
We live next to Tesco's.
Yeah, I do like that point. I think I completely agree with it.
And I think more practically as well, I think people would do awful things.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you so this is...
Who said that?
That's just the Bible. That's just...
so God said that.
God said that. Right, let's move on to a very fun figure of political or philosophical history. It's a bloke called Diogenes. And he was around in ancient Greek times. He was a cynic philosopher and a bit of a whimsical nutbag.
Was he annoying? Sounds like he could.
Does he sound annoying?
Was he annoying or was he cool?
Well, should we find out about him?
Yeah.
He was famous for walking around ancient Greece with a lamp, even though it was in the middle of the day, because he was on a perpetual quest to find a single honest man that lived in society, which I really like. Fun though, he also lived in a barrel.
Right. Was he naked?
Well, we'll get to that, but he lived in a barrel for most of the time.
I'd love to try that.
He was a man who believed in if you strip back life, there's truth in it. All of these unnecessary creature comforts we have, nice houses, beds, nice food, fine wine. These are all taking us away from the human animals that we truly are.
Right.
And to be true and honest as
you got to live in a barrel.
You got to live in a barrel.
Right.
I can imagine. Whenever I think about Diogenes, I think of you.
Me?
You've got a bit of him in you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it is a compliment, but I can imagine you living in a barrel.
I would be very up for trying it, yeah.
I don't think you should.
I don't have one.
We could get you a barrel.
So why do you think I'm like him?
I can imagine one day you're like,
fuck this.
Because you've done a lot of moving recently.
Yeah.
Should I just live in a barrel? I imagine one day you might come to me being like, I can't be bothered for this anymore.
I'm going to go live in a barrel for a bit.
I might just live in a barrel.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule that out for me. I actually kind of hope, in a way, I yearn for that.
Because you can transcend all of...
Because I can just be like, right, I've fucking tried to do this. I've tried. I've had a good fucking go.
Yeah.
I am going to go live in a barrel now.
I've tried toilets.
I might not live in the barrel forever.
No, but maybe a month or so.
I was thinking more like a year.
I suppose if you want to do the barrel properly.
Yeah. Because
Like
after
a
a month,
year.
you probably just about got used to the barrel.
Yeah,
And then you have to
don't
leave
wanna-
again.
Yeah, and then you leave and you're like, oh god, no, I'm not used to.
Now I'm in a house again.
And now I wish I was back in the barrel.
Yeah.
Whereas after a year, you're like, I'm quite happy to be out of the barrel.
Yeah, I think I've learnt my lesson. He sounds like a very sage man.
So his
actually.
point about nudity is, again, it's about stripping back. Clothes are unnecessary. They take us away from the true essence of ourselves, and our humanity is distorted by all of these comforts and imposed necessities that society gives us.
Yes.
If you want to be in tune with yourself, in tune with your humanity, why are we wearing clothes? Why are we living in this place?
I guess there's nothing that much more. There's nothing much more honest than being
Than
naked.
a knob.
Yeah.
You
Or a
can't
vagina.
really get more honest than a knob or vagina. This is what I
It's
am.
straight up.
This is what I am. There it is.
This is it.
It's right there.
This
There's
is
my
all I
knob.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like him then?
I do like him, yeah. I actually think in a way, sorry, just quickly picking up on your question earlier of would life be better or worse if we were all naked?
Yeah.
It might lead to a kind of nicer level of honesty and community where we're all like, I actually see that you're definitely a person because I can see your willy.
Yeah.
Like it does take a man in a big scary suit or a uniform.
Yeah.
Is a bit like fucking hell. That's a sort of robot droid. Whereas it's like if he's just got his belly and his balls out, it kind of humanizes him a lot.
Well,
And same with a
completely
woman.
agree.
If you have like a kind of business lady who's kind of
Well, my question would be, do you think clothing is political? The obvious answer for stuff like that is uniforms, which you touched on with like suits. Power comes into clothing
For
a
sure.
lot of the time.
and
It's-
uniform. If you have an army like the soldiers, all these guys wearing the same uniform, it's scary. It's this kind of like mighty. It makes all of you into one.
Yeah.
It homogenizes us.
Exactly. But that's the same. It homogenizes and separates because you've got the guy in the suit and you've got the guy in the overalls, blue collar, white collar.
Yeah.
Immediately differentiates. I mean, the uniforms for work are the obvious example, but then there's also what we wear, what we choose to wear all the time. Why are you wearing a t-shirt that says Daddy's Little Meatball, for example?
Because that's what I am.
Too right.
Because that's what I am.
I mean, you're in a fascinating case to go on with clothing anyway, but like, it signifies who we are. Even our non-work fashion choices. Why do you like the things that you like? What we're doing when we're putting on clothes is just saying, what does it say about me?
Yeah.
And people have different fashion tastes based on different things and who identities and who they tie up to be. So if you strip all that away, surely we're going to treat each other differently. We will definitely judge someone immediately. We can't help it by what they're wearing. Not necessarily I think it looks good or bad or they are this kind of person.
You can't help it.
You can't help it. They are this kind of person. So if we were naked all the time, you don't have that.
No. True. You see people for who they actually are, maybe.
You might judge them on their body a bit more though.
Maybe.
Like if someone's a bit more overweight, you might be like, oh.
Well, so you think it would enforce negative like body stereotypes, but it might
I think it might remove them because like
we'd all see all our horrible little moles.
yeah, exactly. And we'd see the normal body all the time. The problem with like thin models and all that stuff is that because you only really see them naked in public, you don't see normal people naked, do you?
No.
So if you saw everyone's walking around with normal bodies, I think it would really help with stereotypes.
So
Or
as in like,
standards,
you
not
think? Sorry, so
stereotypes.
you think the problem is that the only people we see naked are kind of
Yeah,
either
People on
models
bill-
or
people on-
porn sites?
yeah. People on billboards or people banging for cash.
Yeah.
Whereas if we were all walking around naked, you can imagine that the body gets normalized more. Beauty standards would probably change.
Yeah. So I think actually the outcome of everyone being naked would be good.
Yeah.
But you'd have to come through so much to get there
Yeah.
that practically it wouldn't work getting there. But once you're there and established there, it might really help.
So are you now saying it is a good thing?
I'm now saying it's a good thing, but it's impossible
right.
because to get there.
So this is as I say, don't worry about getting there.
Oh no, but I am.
But for now, hypothetically,
I think overall,
if we get there, it's a good thing.
yeah, but I'm saying that it's impossible to really say that because you're saying ignore the practicalities of like being in the kitchen.
No, but for
being
now,
Sunday roast with your mum.
For now, if we didn't have the practicalities, do you think it's a good thing?
Yes.
Yes. Charlie's a nudist.
Yes.
I knew you'd be a nudist by the end of this episode.
But I've had to really think about it.
Whereas I'm still sitting on your point about we're too urbanly developed to be nudists. I think we can't have shopping centres and be in the nude. I think there's something wrong with it. I don't think we can be in cars naked. I don't think we can get on buses naked. I don't think we can ride Ferris wheels naked, go bowling,
True.
laser quest.
That's a big problem.
Sit on the fucking train. Planes? Naked? We can't be in a big metal bird in the sky with our knobs out.
No.
Whereas that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
We'll keep
I mean,
going. We're
something-
still answering the
Yeah.
question. But
It's an interesting question.
But that's the thing about clothing being political and spaces being politicized by context. Religious dress. What are you laughing at?
Actually, that's one of my favorites.
What is?
I love all the religious outfits. I love looking at them all in their like robes.
Yeah.
I'm big into.
Why?
I just think they look cool.
Yeah.
I like all of when you see like the big cloaks of the different faiths, like there's something kind of
good religion does do cloaks very well.
It does.
We've got to give them that.
And I think that is actually the best part of religion is maybe the clothes.
Yeah, there's some pretty fucking hot garms. I mean, I was watching
fire fucking like cloaks.
I was watching Conclave again, and they just look fucking lit.
They look sick.
They look fucking gorgeous.
It's mad. It's like Star Warsy kind of like
the dark, the winey
the kind
red.
of crimson. Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
It's amazing.
It's fucking.
And the carpets, like them sort of gliding across them.
Yeah, religion does do clothing fucking well. We got to give them that. Maybe we should all just go back to robes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind. To be honest.
Sorry. No, you be honest.
No, I want to be honest first. I'm a bit more like, which is kind of goes against everything I've been saying in some ways, but I do just like the look of a good suit. I slightly miss the days, even though I wasn't around, where the norm was for guys to go out in suits. I didn't mind the dress up period of Britain and America. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I think everyone just looks great. They all look fucking great. I wouldn't want it to come back.
I don't think you would.
No.
And also, they look great because you've seen photos of them looking great.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone always looked great.
No, they don't always, but the bottom line of looking good
No,
is that
fine, but also like
you're not going out in daddy's little meatball.
Which would be a massive shame.
It would be a shame, to be honest. Due to time constraints, we're going to have to move on from Thinker's Corner, but there's plenty more that we had to discuss about nudity in Thinker's Corner.
Yes.
And many, many more takes on it. So
that was very interesting. Thank you for the research, Andrew.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your interesting thoughts on the research.
So
we might have to bring that into the Patreon maybe to explore that a bit further, or we'll end up doing a part 2 or something. But there's plenty more I think is content that we have to do. But we've got to probably get out of here. So now we're going to throw it out to our Patreons. As always, the Patreons will get a chance to see what the theme is that week and ask about. We offer the chance to get some advice, their opinions, their thoughts, conundrums that Charlie and I will then address.
Blood, blobbly, blue, blue.
Blobbly, blue, blue. And yeah, you also get a free episode, an episode with no ads,
ad-free listening, a bonus episode, a private chat, and a hoodie.
Stop saying a hoodie. There isn't a hoodie. So we're going to throw it out to Andy. Andy, who has done a little thought for us, a bit of a question. So this is Andy.
Okay, Andy.
I'd like to know your thoughts on whether there is something particularly naked about the male body, or is it that we just don't see it as often? With all the manosphere bravado and alpha hype, the flaccid waggle of a naked man seems particularly distant from who lots of men are typically trying to be. So he would like to know our thoughts on whether there is something particularly naked about the male body, or is it we just don't see it that often.
Something particularly naked?
I think he's talking about sexualization, really. We've got the women, a female body is far more sexualized compared to a male body. Because is there something even more naked about the male body because it's very...
Even more naked?
Because it's very rarely seen.
It's an interesting use of the word naked.
It is, but it is interesting. Is there something more naked about it because we don't see it that often? I mean, when you see like a todger
charming
on a film, you're like, whoa,
damn,
that's a todger.
True, it's rare.
Maybe he's onto something. That there seems when you see a todger in a film, I'm like, shit, that's a todger.
True, I love that word, by the way.
Todger.
I haven't said that in maybe 10 years. Todger.
Let's break that.
Let's break that curse.
Is
there something particularly naked? I just really want us to establish what he means by naked.
Well, we can't.
But
we
let's
could
try.
ask him. Let's try. Vulnerable?
I think vulnerable.
Yeah?
I think there is something particularly naked about it, but then you can apply that to the vagina as well.
There's something about seeing a todger, I think.
Yeah, because it's more of a rare treat.
But yeah, in most of the time, if you think about the images online and everywhere, or videos, etc., 90% are women?
Yeah.
There's not many men doing it.
Yeah.
But that's because of hypersexualized female bodies and
sure.
And that's been, the feeding of the culture into that.
So maybe it's a much more rare, more slighted thing to have a willy on screen.
And therefore it seems more naked because it's more exposed because we're not used to the actual presence of it.
Yeah. It's like seeing a kind of gem you've never seen before. You've got like a little willy there.
A little willy. You're foraging.
What's that doing?
A lone willy. The rarest jewel of all.
Yeah. So maybe it's the kind of rarity.
Yeah.
The rarity makes it more of a special thing. I also think there's something about it not just being rarely shown, but also kind of there's something more vulnerable about the male form, because it's like it's just this kind of like lump of fucking butter. It's just it's just this.
Yeah.
You know, it
just flops out.
Men's bodies do generally, there is a very common vibe to a man's sort of tum-tum.
Yeah.
And there's something kind of like natural and sweet and kind of like podgy about it.
Yeah. There's a flop
and
to
therefore it's not particularly sexy most of the time, at least.
But for you, because women are saying it is sexy.
For me, but for men, they're not trying to like display fat man in a field online particularly often. Whereas so when you do see a little todger in a cornfield, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a rarer thing because it's not commonly associated. It's not sexualized, like you said.
Yeah. But that makes it feel more naked, which is an interesting point.
Yeah.
It makes it feel more vulnerable because it's more, the male body is more clothed in general than the female body. We're less used to it, and then suddenly it's like, oh no, a willy.
Yeah, and then maybe therefore sexier, possibly.
We couldn't possibly comment.
No comment on that.
No comment. Oh no, I think that's an interesting point.
Yeah. I think you've basically nailed it.
And an interesting discussion that happens on the Patreon.
Rarer and more exposed.
That's
exactly the way to put it.
But the vagina is an interesting one. I just think because the willy's more like, you see, unless it's porn and you're seeing.
Can we stay on Todger, please?
Apologies. Unless it's porn and you're seeing everything in a vagina, you know, it's a more covered genital organ than the knob is.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing it in a film or in the representation of art, you're seeing all of the willy. There's no hiding of the willy.
Yes.
So I think it's also part of the genetic design as well.
True. So it's a practical thing, you think?
I think it's just a see willy, hear willy, you know?
Yes.
See fanny, hear fanny.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I think more that's an
interesting question, Andy.
That's driven more questions, Andy, than it has answers from us. So if anyone has any thoughts on that, then, you know, join the chat on it. And as always, to wrap us up on this podcast, and Charlie and I have both written some short pieces, short stories, short whatevers, that grapple with the theme of the week, which this week is nudity. So mine is called Nudity. I just have to preface, all of the people in this are over 18 years old. It's set at a school, but they're all 18. It's a boarding school and they're doing their A-levels.
Okay, who's this by?
It's by Andrew Cohen. One day, Michael woke up to discover that everyone at his boarding school was no longer wearing clothes. There were knobs flying everywhere, tits too. He didn't remember getting an email to notify him of such a drastic change to the school uniforms policy. Michael meekly trudged down the corridors, conscious for the first time in his life about not being naked in public. When he suddenly saw his best friend, he ran up to him, averting his gaze from the horror that dangled between his legs, his penis. "Why the fuck is everyone naked?" inquired Michael, a reasonable question under the circumstances. What are you talking about? Wait, what the fuck is all over your body?" replied Scott, pointing with disdain to the alien materials that were draped over Michael. "This is my school uniform. It's the rule. We wear it every day. What? Why are you naked? Why do you keep saying that word? What? Naked? Michael, are you okay? Do you need me to take you to the nurse's office or something?" "I'm fine. You're the one that's got his knob out." Michael pivoted to rush to the nearest exit, but in his haste crashed into two of his teachers, geography and Spanish, sending them all into a tangled mess on the floor. Michael peeled one of their aged breasts from his face, screamed and sprinted all the way back to his dorm room, not stopping to look back at knobs, nor bums, nor cocks, nor fannies. He barricaded himself inside his room and lied shivering on the bed, still fully clothed, not daring to take a single item off. It might break the spell. A sympathetic knock came at the door. Michael, it's Scott. Is everything okay in there?" He heard some hushed tones from outside. Scott had clearly brought in the cavalry to help the poor boy who'd lost his mind. "Michael," a deeper authoritative voice, "enough of this nonsense. You get out here this instant in the correct uniform, or I'm putting you straight into isolation." It was the headmaster. This had gotten out of hand. The invisible hushed whispers grew louder. He was clearly making a hideous scene. The threat of punishment spurred Michael into frantic existential exploration. Everyone was naked. The pupils, the teachers, even Scott. He was the only one on campus wearing any kind of clothing. And everyone had been looking at him with such visceral disgust. Maybe it was him. It must be him. He'd had some kind of psychotic breakdown, completely making up the clothes ever existed. He was the odd one out, the different one. And he needed to rectify this before he lost any more of his classmates' respect. So he loosened his tie, slipped off his shoes, pulled his trousers down, unbuttoned his shirt, removed his pants and threw his socks on the chair. He stood for a moment, bereft of clothing, and took a deep enough breath that would allow him to accept his new reality and the loss of his old one. He stepped to the door and cautiously pushed it open. On the other side stood the entirety of the school. Pupils, faculty, Scott too, all fully clothed. Pristine uniforms, holding their phones up, flashes on, screaming, laughing, cheering, taking pictures, pointing and shouting, "He fell for it! Look at his tiny knob! What a stupid tiny knob boy! Take pictures of his knob and send them everywhere! It's the smallest knob in the world! Kill Michael! Kill him at his tiny knob! No man with a knob that small deserves to live in this world!"
What's the lesson?
Well, it's about power and nudity. Who says when we should be naked and how easily that could change? The whole thing's a prank, but it's a play
It's a
on
flip.
the power, institutional power,
Subversing.
and nudity. It's saying, oh look, one day, and how thin these lines are.
Yeah.
One day, you can wake up and everyone else is naked, and you're suddenly the weird one.
What do you think you'd have done in that situation? As Michael, would you get them out? I think I probably would.
Yeah, you would. I probably would have taken for
Take a lot to
for
not.
the ease of a short story. It was only he was only in his room for a matter of minutes.
You'd probably take half an hour, wouldn't
You'd
you?
probably take a day, maybe, to think it over.
What the fuck am I going to do?
Why is if you woke up in the
Why is
world and
everyone
suddenly
naked?
everyone was naked?
I'll go on BBC News first.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't get very far because that's like someone naked going on BBC News saying, "Why are you all wearing clothing? You look mad."
Oh, sorry, the whole world's doing it.
The implication is the whole world's done
Right.
it. But Michael thinks that at that moment because
Yeah.
it's just his school. It turns out to be a prank.
Yeah.
But it's a play on when are we allowed to be naked? Who
Yeah.
says we should be naked? Is nakedness part of a conformity, or the
Yeah.
lack of nakedness part of a conformity?
I think the head teacher's got a lot to answer for, to be honest.
The head teacher has a lot to answer for.
I
The
think so.
entire faculty have a lot to answer for. Why has this kid been so cruelly pranked in this manner?
Why him?
Why Michael?
I don't know if you'd ever recover from
You'd
that.
never recover from that. No, that's
Or
the
you'd
end.
build a career out of it.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
It's one or the other, and that's Michael's choice now. I mean, there's obviously going to be a follow-up to Michael.
Who knows what's going to happen?
We might...
Can we please have a chapter 2 at some point?
Well, we can maybe even have a prelogue.
Prelogue.
Prelogue?
Do you mean prologue?
Prologue, that's what I meant. I knew it sounded weird.
A prelogue?
Prelogue? Is that what you do before you go for a shit? Problem with that joke? Bit too smutty?
I liked it.
There is a prologue there as well to think about what Michael did to deserve this, and there's also a sequel.
Yeah. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? What's Michael going to do with his life after that? Well, there could be a prequel and a sequel.
Let's make it horrible.
Prequel.
Let's make the sequel pretty nasty. Because you can imagine anyone who's going through that.
I wouldn't ever recover from that.
I wouldn't. I still haven't.
No.
I'm Michael.
You are
I
Michael.
forgot to tell you.
It was actually based on Charlie.
Yes, true story. I've got one as well. This is called Nudity, and it's by Charlie. That's me. Get off me, you idiots! Carl belched down at his ankle. Sir, you have to get down, goffed a man attached. Help me! Carl snapped at his fellow mannequins, but none did. The man attached to Carl's ankle ordered backup, and soon enough a throng of men had formed on his legs. They were his limpets, his hog swinging and swanging like a mighty pendulum, caressing their foreheads. I was born this way, for fuck's sake. Carl whimpered and began to cry. Thank you.
What? Man, is he a mannequin?
He wants to be a mannequin.
Why?
He's in a shop,
Right.
right? I don't know.
A lot going on in this one.
A lot going on.
This is the dense one for me.
Carl's a dense but very short one.
Yes. You've packed it in.
Carl's in a shop,
Carl's in the shop.
presumably.
Yeah.
They're mannequins.
Can I take... Carl's in the shop looking at a mannequin, and there's some sort of being attached to his ankle.
What do you think's happened there?
A being attached to Carl's ankle. If he's in a shop...
Carl is basically wants to be a mannequin.
Yeah.
So he's up there with the mannequins in a shop window.
And he's posing like
Naked.
a mannequin.
Naked.
Oh, he's naked.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
He's naked, and he's got a man, one of the shop security men is attached to his foot, being like, get the fuck down, Carl.
Yeah.
And he's like, get off me. I was born this way.
I want to be... Yeah.
I want to be a mannequin. And because the mannequins
Right.
come out naked.
But the limpet thing.
Yeah, the men are attached to his feet. It's
So,
more of a metaphorical
honestly,
limpet.
for me, how it read is that Carl has a little being attached to his body, and that they slowly multiply and taking over his actual body.
No.
But it's the security. Okay, it makes sense with the security guard.
Sorry, it's not clear enough.
No.
I
it's
wrote
not,
that in 10 minutes.
That's just my reading of it. But what? So
Take any meaning.
hey, we're not here to give answers. We're here to provide questions. So if it is right, so he's a naked on there wanting to be a mannequin.
All he wants is to be.
This is my destination.
Carl the Naturalist.
This is my destiny. I am a mannequin.
Yeah.
Put jewelry on me.
Please.
I'll sell it for your shop.
Yes.
Security guard saying, "Get down." He's going,
Get
"Fuck
down, you freak.
I was
You don't
born
work
this way."
here.
And why shouldn't Carl allowed to be a mannequin? Why shouldn't?
Well,
What's
exactly.
his name, Carl?
Carl.
Why shouldn't Carl allowed to be a mannequin?
Why shouldn't Carl allowed to be a mannequin?
Fuck the security guards that are dragging Carl down.
I mean, there
Let
are
him-
children in the shopping centres. You do have to think about that. He's fully
Carl
naked.
shouldn't be a mannequin.
He should not be one.
Get him down.
He should-
Security are
he
in the
should
right.
Get down.
Get down, Carl. There's kids in here.
Leave the mannequins to the professionals.
Yeah. At the
Who are
same time, you're
mannequins.
taking jobs away from mannequins.
Yeah.
That's
And
humans
that's why
taking
none of
jobs
them,
away
none of
from
them help
mannequins.
him for that reason.
It's not going to help mannequins at all.
You're a man.
You're
I'm a man akin.
a man akin to a man. Is that what it means? Mannequin.
I reckon.
Akin to a man.
Yes.
Oh, it's a French. Is it French? Mannequin. Oh, akin to a man.
Mannequin.
Mannequin.
So does that make sense?
Yep. What does it tell us about nudity?
That some people strive for it, but it's not appropriate in shopping centres.
Bosh. So what have we learned? Any final thoughts? Any summaries?
We've learned that-
any feelings that you've come out with?
We've learned that the goal of naturalism is a worthy one.
Yeah.
But it's impossible because we've built roundabouts and
Yeah.
nightclubs.
Yeah. I think I
Well,
could-
not nightclubs actually. They're fine.
Nightclubs will be
It's one
fine.
of the rare places where it's okay. We built
Yeah.
roundabouts and kind of
You could be
cinema
naked in a club. You can't be naked in a Frankie and Benny's.
next to an Odeon.
Yeah. A Hollywood Bowl doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Paint-
The
paintball
vibes are
maybe.
too far apart.
Yeah, and I'll imagine on an arcade, like sitting on the
Dodgems.
or like the motorbikes, like spread across
Fuck
there.
that. There's also a huge sanitation issue, but with all the stuff that's been
Yeah,
built.
we're not talking practically here, but yeah, you can't walk down a shopping centre where there's Krispy Kreme donuts, there's a Next, there's a River Island. Ironically, these are clothes stores that wouldn't exist, but
It's true.
You can't buy a milk. You can't stand in line and buy
with
a
a
milkshake
milkshake. No.
when you're naked.
400 years ago would have been fine with all the kind of trees and
Yeah.
the horse and carts.
You can't get in a car. You can't get in a plane. You can't do anything. You can't hold a phone.
No way.
You can't hold a phone. You need to be in a natural area in order to be natural.
I guess the only exception of this is if
Yeah.
we all migrated to the beach.
Yeah, nightmare. If you've been for this whole episode been talking about practically, and I've been like, no, let's just imagine it, and now you're going, well, we could all just live on the beach.
If we all were in the sea naked, that's the only time where it works.
So if we move to the sea,
If the whole world moved to the sea,
then we could be naked.
then naturalism can work.
But then it's not really true naturalism because you can't see them because they're underwater.
In that case, forget it.
In that case, it doesn't. Forget it. Forget the whole thing.
Forget the whole thing.
Forget the whole thing. There you go.
I did really like the guy who lives in the barrel as well.
Yes, you're a big fan of Diogenes.
I liked him.
Yeah, I think we'll hear some more from Diogenes as we continue this exploration into finding the answer of the meaning of life.
I hope so.
Speaking of which, we'll see you next week. We might have an aesthetic plan by then. Sorry.
Well, we did have one. It just fell apart.
Yeah. Well, this isn't permanent.
No.
But yeah, apologies that the thing fell down. But you know, the jig is up. We are still in the same studio. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Subscribe to the Patreon, which is below. It should be. Yeah, I imagine. And we will. Yeah, we'll see you then.
Love you very much, Andrew.
Love you, Charlie. Bye.
It's Henry Charlie Investigate. They're gonna find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Henry's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're gonna find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's enough from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.